Welcome to DIY with Diamond Tech Co. Today we'll be going over how to dye your own mule tape, and we'll be using RiteDyeMore. Just remember, mule tape is a synthetic rope, so you do need a synthetic dye. So to start out, we want to soak our mule tape. We can either do this in the sink or we can do it in a pot. You just want to give it a minute or so in water to make sure that weird film comes off of it. Next, we just want to make sure that the pot we're using to dye the mule tape in has enough room in it for all of the rope we need, with an extra inch for water and then an additional inch for headspace so we don't boil over. So now we're ready to boil our mule tape. We'll just throw that rope in the pot, fill our water up, leaving that inch of room at least an inch, throw it on the stove, bring it to a boil, and then as soon as we get that nice rolling boil, we will throw our dye in there. What I like to do for this dye is after I dump most of it out, I'll fill it back up with a little bit of water, shake it around, and then get all of that extra pigment out. Just for reference, I have 125 feet in this silver pot here, and I had about 300 feet in that big darker pot that you saw before. I normally use one bottle for these silver pots and then 2 bottles for that bigger pot in the back, unless I'm trying to get a lighter color like a lavender or a baby blue. You don't really need to stir these unless you're mixing multiple colors together, but you do need to press down the rope to make sure it's covered by the water, and if you need to, throw some more water in there to make sure all that rope's covered. Boiling time will vary depending on what kind of color you're going for, but I like to go for an hour at least. After it's done boiling, you can dump it in the sink and rinse some off, or you can go straight into a washing machine. If you don't have a washing machine to use, fill up like a 5-gallon pail and rinse it off in the sink and then dump it in there and let it soak for a while. If you do use a washing machine, you're just going to put it through a quick rinse cycle. It's usually about 15 to 20 minutes, and then throw it in the dryer on low for about 30 minutes. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. Don't forget to check out our socials, and if you don't feel like hand dyeing your own mule tape, check out diamondtechco.com for hand-dyed mule tape.